Welcome back to Cut the Sith Comic Book Reviews. I am your host, Colin McSorley. Today we'll be talking about The High Republic, Chapter 2, written by Kevin Scott, art by Ario Anindito. This issue picks up with Keeve Trennis, now a Jedi Knight, no longer a Padawan. She is going on her first mission as a Jedi Knight, this time with Master Scare, and two new characters get introduced to, psychically bonded Jedi twins, Tarek and Sarat. They refer to each other as they, we, us. They can feel each other's pain, they can hear each other's thoughts. They're essentially one mind in two bodies. I think a very awesome concept for Star Wars, seeing just like a hive mind of twins, of twin Jedis. So they're just flying through space, and they see a ship, a lot of debris. Looks like the ship was messed up. The whole crew was out in space, floating dead. They board the ship, poison gas everywhere. So it's pretty obvious it's the Nile, because the Nile has a tactic: fill the ship with poison gas, and then board it, take out the crew. They go in the ship, there's a lot of dead bodies with like stab marks and wounds. One of them is a dead Hutt, which looks awesome. And as they're going, Scare notices some barley, and he says the Hutts aren't known for transporting grain. So they're curious why there's barley on the ship. As they do that, they get ambushed by one of the Nile, and Scare goes berserk, slaughters this dude, just starts going off on with the lightsaber. And Keeve notices this, and she's like, Scare, was there any way? And he cuts her off and like, to disarm the coward. He wouldn't be lying there like this if I was able to. Basically, like, look, I had no choice to kill this dude. They go back, they go back to the Starlight Beacon, find out that the barley is grown on Typhera and is used in Bacta. So Avar Kriss sends Scare and Sarat, one of the twins, to go to that planet, look into the barley, look into like the Bacta ingredients, see why they're harvesting it and all this, why the Hutts had it and all this info. So they head there, and as they head there, Keeve brings up to Avar Kriss, like, shows him like the way the Scare destroyed the Nile, the member of the Nile, and it turns out he's suffering like PTSD from the Battle of Kur, same battle he lost his arm in. And yeah, he couldn't control himself. He went to a fit of rage and just slaughtered this dude. And Avar Kriss like, look, you should let me know earlier. I wouldn't have sent him on this mission if I'd known that he's like kind of unstable right now. As they're there, Tarek is back at Starlight Beacon. He starts screaming in pain. And it's because something's happened to Sarat. Something's happened to Sarat that's causing Tarek to feel this pain and react. So they're like, oh shit, what's going on? So they contact Scare and like, Scare, is Sarat with you? And he's like, no. So he goes into a little barley field, and Sarat isn't there, but his lightsaber's on the ground, and that's how it ends with him just looking for him. So I'm curious to see what happens, because right before Sarat goes missing, we do see like this, what looks like a bloody plant arm reach out from the fields of the barley and look right behind Sarat. And I do know, spoilers for anyone that's going to the shit fresh, that there is, from like the like live stream event that they did with all the authors when they talked about like phase 1 of the High Republic, there is supposed to be like this plant enemy called like the Drenger, which are just like these like deadly like plants that kill people. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this thing just attacked Sarat. I don't think he's dead, because it's not explicitly stated, but Tarek is still alive, And I'm gonna assume, since they're like this one hive mind together, that if one dies, they both die. Kind of like a Piccolo and Kami situation, where like Beerus and the Supreme Kai? Or is it Grand Kai? I think it's Supreme Kai. Whatever. One of them, he's linked to one of the guys. It's like you kill one of them, you kill both. So one of these twins, assuming one of these twins dies, the other one dies. So now they got themselves a little sticky situation. I'm curious to see where this goes. Like, I'm assuming that it's this little evil plant thing that's attacking him. I'm assuming he's still alive. They could die though, but I mean, like, I don't think they're gonna kill off the cool Wonder Twins Jedis that they got going on right now, because I don't know, I just think it's a cool concept. I'd like to see, I'm very curious to see what more it's scare. I haven't finished Light of the Jedi up to this point. I've only read the first 2 parts. I'm probably gonna read we're doing part 3 for book club on, I gotta look at the date. It is December 16th. We should be doing part 3 of Light of the Jedi, which is the end of it. Now, I don't know if the Battle of Kerr is going to be in part 3 of the Light of the Jedi, or if we haven't seen it yet, but I am curious to find out why there was so much PTSD in this battle for Scare, because we know he loses an arm during it, and we know, like, he's been going into these rages, and we see it in this issue where he just goes into this blind rage, and it's all because, and everyone, Avar, Chris is saying it's because of that battle. So I think this is a way better issue than issue 1. Issue 1, it's gonna be a heavy issue because it's the first issue of like a new series. They're introducing a bunch of characters, and it was mainly like the whole issue 1 was like a test, because it was just it was Keeve going through her Padawan trial, becoming a Jedi Knight. And now she's a Jedi Knight. Issue 2, in my opinion, way better than issue 1. And now we see her as a rookie Jedi Knight, like learning what it means to be a Jedi Knight, because even she has an interaction with Scare. Scare refers to her as, is it called Master Trennis? Hold on. I will find the page. He calls her Jedi Trennis. Yeah, I was gonna say, because she's only a Jedi Knight. She's not a Master. So yeah, so he calls her Jedi Trennis, and she just says in her head, he used to call me Keeve. So I like to see how she's dealing with no longer being Scare's Padawan and now being a Jedi Knight of her own, because it looks like it's gonna take some adjusting for her. She's now seeing that they're gonna treat her differently, and she's gonna have different responsibilities. Now that she's a Jedi Knight, when she was a Padawan, she was tied at Scare's hip because he was her master. And this is the first thing, because she even, when they send Scare and Serret on that mission, she's like, I'll go with Scare. And Scare's like, no, you'll stay here with Tarek. And it's like, so you know, it's like kind of a culture shock, because she went from being his Padawan to him referring to her as Keeve, and her going on every mission with him and learning from him. And now that she passed her trial, she's a Jedi Knight. She's now going to have to learn how to survive on her own as a Jedi, and not always have Scare around to have her back, and her not always be around to have his back. So I am looking forward to seeing more of that, more of her development as a Jedi Knight. I can't wait for issue 3 of the High Republic. I'm enjoying the novel so far. I'm enjoying the comic so far. I read the IDW Adventure one. I probably won't be reviewing that. I'm still doing the main Star Wars book. I know that came out, issue 11 came out the same day as this. I haven't done that yet. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys again with my next comic book review. Probably Star Wars 11. Probably tomorrow night. And then High Republic 3. That's out in a month. And Darth Vader 10, I think it is. I have no idea when that comes out, but I got that to do. So we got a couple more comic book reviews coming up. So yeah, may the Force be with you, and we are all the Republic.